Summer is a time of relaxation. The kids are out of school. Perhaps you finally decided to use that PTO. Great. You know what I found very interesting about the word today? The verse of the day comes from Mark chapter 11, verse 13, where Jesus curses a fig tree. Now, in the verse, the Lord says that the fig tree was not yet ready, meaning that it wasn't its time of season. Into that, fig trees bear fruit over the summer. So that means that perhaps throughout this time it was early spring or the middle of spring, maybe. It's just so fascinating to kind of try to put things together. But fig trees bear during the summer months. Hence how you know that summer is right around the corner, because the fig tree is getting ready to bloom. Have any of you ever eaten figs by themselves? I have had figs as an byproduct ingredient, but I have not had them by themselves before. I'm quite interested. I'm one of those people that is not afraid to eat or try anything, unless even if it's poisonous at this point. I know that if I die, I'm going home to my father. So I really have no fear, you know? Either I get a stomach ache, either it does nothing to me, or I go home to the King of Kings. So doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really bother me. See, funny because I kind of used to be afraid of death once upon a time, but over the years I abandoned that feat, because who am I to fear going home to my father? Especially that I know that I'm going. Yeah, I have no fear. Take me when you're ready, Lord. Excuse me. So, summer is approaching. Kids are out of school. We want to use that PTO. All right, let's talk about it. So the first thing we're going to want to do, for those of you who live in the states affected, you need to be hurricane prep ready. It's been proven over the past couple of years that July, one more time, you want to be hurricane prepared ready. If you live in a country, state, or region of the world that is prone to getting hurricanes, you want to be prepared. You want your canned goods, your batteries, your board games, flashlights, emergency communication systems, or in this case nowadays, portable chargers, Wi-Fi hotspots, generators, hurricane impact windows, shutters. You want to do all that you need to do to get ready for the season. Because when the season comes, you don't want to be behind. I personally would recommend that everyone has a hurricane supply kit. That's extra batteries, flashlights, battery operated things that don't need electricity to function, non-perishables. If you perhaps cannot afford hurricane shutters, then maybe we should build a saving fund throughout the year, so that way when hurricane months do come, you're prepared. Just a quick reminder that hurricane season is from June to what used to be October, but now it extends all the way into November. For those of you who have little ones, here's a saying that I learned in school growing up. June too soon, July stand by, August be cautious, September remember, and what used to be October all over is no longer that. Now we have October, October almost over, and now November, no more. Oh, and then now it's over, November. Yeah. Crazy how the environment has changed so much to where our hurricane season has extended by a month. That's actually kind of insane, guys. If you are one of the people affected or in a state that is affected by hurricanes, then please be prepared. Now, listen to the fun stuff. Summer is a time of relaxation. A lot of us like to go to the beach. I'm one of those girls who doesn't really I don't particularly care for the beach, but I'm not opposed to going. One thing about me is if I can't see in the water, I'm not getting in it. I've been to too many countries and places that, unfortunately, their water looks way cooler than ours. And I'm just not submitting my body into that. I'm sorry. You can see the amount of effort and care that some of these other countries and places put into their beaches. And I just wish that as a nation, America, North America specifically, that we can do better. Also, to those of you in the European countries and the very, I want to say the beginning of West Africa. Oh, and the Caribbean. Absolutely breathtaking, darling. Every single bit of sand, grain, every ounce and streak of water looks like a fairy tale. You should be so proud of your country and how they take care of their beaches. Because I promise you, if I drive to my beach right now, it does not look like that. It does not. The water is murky. There's a bunch of seaweed on the sand. It's not giving anything to what you think it would. Now, don't get me wrong. We have some pretty nice beaches in certain places. But the amount of restrictions that have to go into that, it shouldn't be like that. We got to do better, y'all. I'm just saying. If you're planning on going to the beach, here are a few essentials that we need to be taking with us. Sunscreen. Sunscreen at this point is non-negotiable, especially if you live in a, how do I put this? A sun-induced state. That means that if you live in a sunny, hot, or particularly humid environment where the summers are gruesome, maybe you have longer days where you need to be putting on sunscreen.